What's going on, people? Welcome to the Player Rating Show after a 0-0 Bourfest.
Yeah,
or should we celebrate a Bourfest because we didn't lose here? You know what I mean? For once. No? All right, okay.
Two games
all right.
barely on target, mate.
All right, yeah, all right. All right, Adam, all right. Jesus. Let's jump straight into the player ratings. Let's start with Sergio Romero.
Sergio Romero, for me, solid 7. That save he made in the first half. Kept it at 0-0. Just his general skills on his line, coming out, controlling his defence. That's why I think, for me, Romero should get a shout as number 1, and De Gea have a bit of a rest. 7, solid 7.
Yeah, agree with that?
I agree with everything you said, man.
Yeah.
De Gea should be looking over his shoulder because Romero, he's literally knocking on that door, man.
Echo what the boys say there. 7 again for me. Like you said, then the defence looks so much better. They look like they're organised and they've got someone behind them who they can trust. 7.
Okay, 7. Aaron, right back. And it wasn't Aaron, Wan-Bissaka. It was Ashley Young.
He had a decent game, you know. I'll give him a solid 6. You know, put in some decent tackles when he had to. The fans were giving him shit sometimes, the Wolves fans. But I think he had a decent game. And the good thing with Ashley Young is when you need him, he puts in a shift. He's not a world beater. We know he's not the best right back in the world or the best right back in the league, not even at the club. But when you need him, he's there. He puts in a shift.
He uses his experience well, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah. Adam?
He was on a 6 until he played for a draw, time wasting at the end. They give him a 5. Even the referee had to come over to him and say, "You obviously stepped over that ball there to waste time, Ashley."
Well, okay.
No,
we want to go and win. No,
I want to win.
Okay.
I want to win. You know what I mean? It's the last minute. Anything
Yeah.
can happen. You've
Okay.
seen the game out. Let's get the win. He's the captain. He sets the stall out. But like Aaron said there, you know what? I'd prefer Ashley Young playing against Arsenal the other week than Luke Shaw, mate.
Yeah.
And that says a lot.
A 6 and a 5. Do you agree? Which one are you going with?
I go with a 6. He's just a model professional. He is. He gets so much stick off the fans, but he's always fit. He's always willing to step in. And like I said, he's probably leaving the summer. So for me, he gets a 6. Professional performance again.
Cool. Lindelof.
Some shaky moments again. I thought he grew into the game a bit in the second half. And Jimenez came on, I started to fear the worst because I thought, he's going to do what every other centre forward has done this season. It's going to sit on him. But he won some good headers there. He flattened Neves, which was good, going in full-blooded.
He got away with one when he tried to dribble, and then Martinho took it off him, and then they went on the counter-attack. But other than that, he was fairly comfortable,
wasn't he?
He was
all right. He had another all right game. He was poor against Arsenal. He was better tonight, so it's not hard to really get better after that game. But I give, you know what, considering they had their pretty much best team out at the end, I'd probably give Lindelof a 6 today. You know what, he's had some stick, but I'm going to give him a 6.
Cool.
Yeah.
6.
I'll give him a 6 as well. Like Adam said, shaky moments at times in the game. I still don't think he's commanding in the air. Like, there was a ball that was up in the air. He literally had all the time to look at the ball, head it, and he still headed it to another player, to a Wolves player. So I'm still kind of, I'm still worried about that. But apart from that, had decent moments in the game. Overall, 6.
6 for you, yeah? 6.
6, totally agree. I thought at stages he was a bit shaky, but he handled himself quite well in the second half. And when Jimenez came on, I thought could stick him on him, but then again, Maguire switched like we said they should do. Maguire should take the pressure off him and let him just play the ball, make him. But 6, solid.
Yeah. Maguire.
Give him a 6 as well. Personally, I'm not a fan of him stepping out that far, and because he's basically leaving his partner by himself. Someone has to cover him, but not everyone has that mentality to cover. Like, Harry's gone forward, let me cover him. Not everyone has that mentality.
Half, he was like our furthest forward.
Exactly. So I'm not really a fan of that.
What's going on here?
I'm not a fan of him stepping out that far, and because he lost the ball once and then he had to track back. So he just made that run, so you have to come back. It's hard. So I'll give him a 6. Shaky moments at times as well, but solid performance.
You agree with that?
I give Maguire. I thought Maguire was shocking against Arsenal. I thought today he needed a big game, and I thought he stepped up today. I thought he's one of our best players, Maguire. He's a 7 for me. I thought he was overall solid, commanding.
Yeah.
He tried
he had that little kid. I don't know his name. Seal. He had him in his pocket, gave him a tough time. He just kept nipping in front of him, and then you're looking at him and there's coming on at half time. You're thinking, right now the battle's going to start. But didn't cause too much trouble to Maguire, did he?
No, he schooled that young lad. It was probably his first game, and he got subbed at half time.
Yeah,
but he schooled him. It was tough. It was tough to watch for him. But
7 and a 6 over Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing a different. We're talking about it coming up here. What would an Eric Bailly be like alongside Maguire? You know what I mean? Would he anticipate what Maguire is? I don't think Lindelof's quite there on his wavelength yet, and sometimes it just shows. But Today, I thought, like I said, I'm bringing Romero into this again. I just felt more confident with Romero behind him, and maybe that's the way forward for them all to improve at the back. He was, for me, probably as good as Lindelof today. If I'm giving Lindelof a 6, I'm giving Maguire a 6, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Staying with you, let's go into midfield. Left back.
Left back, yeah.
Brandon Williams.
Man, yes.
How can I forget? Yes.
Man of the match again today.
Yeah.
We all feared Adama Traore, the NFL wide receiver, built like a tank. And you know what? He did skin him, I think, a couple of times in the second half.
Yeah.
But like I said in my fan cam before, we're expecting him to get round a few times. You cannot defend against that pace sometimes. And he's frightening. He really is. He's not a great player, but he has got pace, and he's took a lot of defenders and embarrassed them this season. Brandon Williams had his own today and composed on the ball again. And going forward, he's so much better than Ashley Young and what Luke Shaw are. He's so much better because he's confident going forward, and he looks like he's looking to try and make a move. He's looking for that extra pass. He's looking for someone to come in and overlap or across. He's making options rather than waiting for things to happen and hoping. So, man of the match today, you know what? I'm going to give him an 8 today, mate. I think he did excellent. I can't remember him making a mistake, mate. I'll give him an 8.
8, yeah. 8 for Brandon Williams?
I'd probably say the same. Maybe not 8, but 7.
Okay.
Best player on the pitch, especially in the first half. He's doing everything a left back should be doing, man. Honestly, next game, I don't want to see Luke Shaw. I don't want to see him because we probably will. We probably will. Yeah. But Brandon Williams, man, what a brilliant kid. He's getting stuck in.
He's tenacious, he's composed, he's fit, obviously being that young, he's quick, and he wants to make something happen, whether it's coming in and playing the pass and open up space, whether it's beating a man down the line, whether it's crossing it, whether it's shooting. He wants to make something happen.
And especially in this modern era of football, like, he wants to go forward all the time. Every time he has that ball, his first thought is, I have to go forward. If someone else is going forward, his second thought is, I have to overlap. And that's what I like about him. So cool. 7.
7 and an 8 over here. What you going with?
Yeah, I totally agree. Man of the match for me. He's been when he's been playing, he's been one of our best players. When he's played him, like I said, I've been sat back waiting for him. I didn't want to big him up too much because he's only young, and I was waiting. Don't want to obviously him to crumble as well under the pressure. But he played brilliant against Burnley. It was great. I thought he was great at home against Brighton when he's made his first debut. And then when he played Chelsea away, it's a tough test, and he did it. And again today against Traore.
He's all difficult games, isn't he?
He can handle it. It just shows the kid can handle it. So for me, he has to be our left back.
Okay, cooking this up a bit now. Matic.
You're cheeky.
No, I did actually mean that, but I was just trying to fly through. I did mean it.
Matic today, I said it in my fan cam. Matic, 3rd game in a row, and it's showing now. Like I said, he's good to come in for certain games. Burnley was ideal for him. He struggled against Arsenal, like the whole team did. But today, again, it's a flat 5 for Matic because he gave the ball away a lot. He was trying things that he shouldn't be trying because he cannot do. I know Ricky will disagree and say, this and that, but he was poor today along with the rest of the midfield. Not all his fault, but it's just too many games for him. He's not that type of player now. He's too slow and hasn't got the engine or... I don't know what the word is, like the fitness at that age to play this many games at a consistent level like he has. And he hasn't got enough in his locker to adapt to different types of games. So a 5 today.
A 5. Do you guys agree with that? And I'll give you a different player. Yeah? Do you agree with that?
Agree.
5?
5, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to you and we'll go with Andreas, who played next to him in a slightly different role.
I'll give him a 5 as well. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. Very standard performance. Lost the ball quite a lot, I think, in my opinion. Could have released the ball a bit quicker, and that's been his problem a lot this season, to release the ball quicker. He hugs that ball too much, in my opinion. There was a phase in the first half where I think on the left hand, the second half, sorry, Rashford just come on, and he had the opportunity to play either to Rashford through, he was between 3 players, or play it to Williams, Brandon Williams. He was free on that left hand side, and he always chooses that difficult ball, and he did it as well. I can't remember what game, just off the top of my head, I forgot. And there was someone on the right, he was completely free, it was James. And he chose it to play it through to Martial.
That was last game against Newcastle. Could have been, but I do remember it was at Old Trafford. But
and he always chooses to play that difficult ball because he wants to make it look beautiful. Sometimes just be simple, man, and that's what he's good at, to do the simple things.
He did some things where I'm like, a good touch on the ball, because he's got technique. Pereira, it's just decision making. We always far. So Aaron's gone with a 5. You guys agreeing with a 5? Or would you think any different?
No.
Happy with that?
Decision making.
Yeah, decision making. Okay, number 10 today was Mata.
The slug. That's my nickname for him. I've never seen a player deteriorate in 3 years as much as Juan Mata. He should never have got his contract renewal. He's been a good servant for United, but he's too old now. He's too slow, and he might be able to control the ball and make a pass and pick pockets sometimes with passes, but the game's just past him, and it's a 4.
4? Is that low? Is that harsh?
No, I'm still going to give him 5. He was centre forward at times today, wasn't he?
I don't know who was our centre forward today, man.
There's times, like you said there, it was like, I hear it all the time, and I'm not one to say it, but it was sort of freestyling tonight.
Yeah.
It's the first time I would say, it was more than obvious to everyone who was watching it, not just us, the home supporters as well. I'd give him a 5 because his touch was good. And he was busy. I'd say he was busy in a Juan Mata way, but he just hasn't got, when he's not got a world-class player in front of him or someone or he knows where he's going to be going, he's not got that next level now. It's like Ant said then, it's sort of past him now. It's not all his fault. He's just at an age, he's been put in there by the manager. He's always willing to play. But his touch is always bang on. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah,
he is
he's
quality.
A footballer, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and he nearly scored the one goal with that free kick for us.
Yeah, that was close. Yeah.
So when Pereira grabbed hold of that ball, I said, Mata needs to go over there and just shove him away.
Yeah.
He did, thank God. But yeah, I'd give him Mata a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
What are you going with, a 4 or a 5 or
I'll
different?
give him a 5 as well. I'll agree with what Adam said.
Okay, cool. Into the front 3 now. On the left-hand side, we'll go with Daniel. Yes, Daniel. That's what I mean, mate. It was crazy. In fact, I'm not going to do positions. We'll just do the last 3 players remaining. Yeah. Daniel James.
Daniel James. Look, lost out there, man. I've always said it, and I'll say it again. Takeaways, pace. What does he have? What does he bring? And that's exactly what they did. Remember what I said on the fan cam? Once our wingers get on the ball, they double up on them. Both of them, Chong and James, and that's what they did today. A couple of times he got past, can't remember who the right back was, or the right wing back. A couple of times he got past him, but when he did have the ball, as soon as he got it, they doubled up on him. And he had a difficult time, and that's probably why he went off so quick in the second half.
He had a couple of balls he flashed across, but other than that, yeah. So what did you give him, actually?
I'll give him a 5.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. He's right. You take it away from him. What is it? You take his pace. What's he got? I said he was a championship player, but it's not all his fault because it's all we've got.
It's not, because I don't want this to come across, you know what I mean, in terms of getting on his back, because there's going to be limitations in this game. 1, because he's young. 2, he hasn't played at this level. And 3, he's playing every bloody flipping game.
That's true.
He's playing every single game. He's like our main man. I expected Daniel James to come in and play against the likes of Rochdale, the likes of Astana, the Partisans. Do you know what I mean? FA Cup. But really, he's our main go-to man. And in a team that isn't doing very well, in a team that can't create.
He reminds me of Traore when he first came to the Prem at Middlesbrough. Remember, that's all he had, pace. Now he's come here with a proper coach who's coached stuff into him, and look at the improvement.
I just want to see that, like you said, I just want to see him develop, because Theo Walcott started out with pace.
Exactly.
And, look how it ended. But do you agree with a 5 over here?
It's like they said then, it's not his fault, because how are you supposed to improve when you don't know what formation you're playing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not his fault. It's a 5 tonight. There were times when he should have gone at a player, but when your confidence is zapped, when you've a championship young player coming in and you're supposed to have players to look up to G you up, who on that pitch is going to encourage him?
He's going to find it difficult. Mason Greenwood,
first half I thought his touch was excellent, even though again I couldn't figure out where he was playing.
There's a piece of skill he done as well that I haven't seen it back, but I just saw him just break some legs.
He did. In the first half he was absolutely excellent to touch. He didn't really get involved in too many attacks.
He's too far away from the goal as well half time.
That was the problem. I was praising him, saying he's our number 9. Then he goes and plays.
Then he was a 7. Then he was 11. Then he was.
I don't know where he's coming or going. Second half he drifted totally. His touch went completely off, and it got to him in the end a little bit too much for him. Again, I'm not going to give him any more or less than James for 5.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys agree with a 5 for Greenwood?
I agree with that.
Yeah. And Chong.
I'll give Chong a 5. I think he had a decent performance by his standards. I think the last performance he had, I can't remember which one it was, but it was a very, very poor game. So when everyone saw that team sheet, we expected.
It was Partisan at home,
was it
or AZ at home, I think, or can't remember. Partisan, I think it was one of them.
Yeah, it was a poor performance, and today I was expecting a bit more, and we saw more today, and I was happy with that. Obviously, he went off injured, so I don't know what he has. But yeah, solid performance, 5.
Yeah. Okay, do you agree with that? 5? Yeah. Is that?
5.
And then we're looking at the substitutes that came onto the pitch: Diogo Dalot and Rashford. Are we saying
Give,
flat?
Yeah,
And Fred as well, actually.
I'd give Fred a 5 and
Yeah.
the other 2 get 4s for me.
Agreed.
Yeah, Rashford should have scored
Should
that.
have buried that.
Should have buried that. Yeah.
And Darlow's decision making was shocking
Yeah.
right at the end.
Been
there.
out for a while though. I mean,
She got too excited.
Yeah.
I love the enthusiasm, but enthusiasm ain't going to win us anything at the moment.
okay, fair play. And to finish off, we'll go one for one. Ollie,
Well, I don't
didn't lose.
He didn't lose. He's got a
Yeah.
bad track record here. He didn't lose, but when you've got to play for a draw, who's that stick on? Does that stick on the players or the managers? Ashley Young's wasting time in the corner. You're looking at the manager there. You're playing for a replay. It's not the way forward playing for a replay with our fixture list. For me, Ollie gets 5.
For me, gets a 5 as well.
Yeah.
Definitely play for the draw, and I wasn't happy with that.
No.
Yeah, away clean sheet, positive. But yeah, it's the on. Like I said, what was it? I was saying it now. I'm not going on. Sorry, Miles. But what did they say to you at the Burnley? It says we were rating him on that, and it said he could turn his performance into a 9 out of 10 if he implements what he's learnt from this game and moves it into the next game. So it's a game by game. If he goes and plays Luke Shaw against City, having seen the one positive today, Romero commanding the back line, a solid performance at the back, he's going to rip it all up, and then we're just going to go back to square one again. And then it's down on him. He's got to take the positives and use the positives
To make us better and
yes,
carry on.
that's why he gets a 4 for me today. It's simply because I know what he's going to do against City.
Okay, fair enough. Let us know if you guys agree or disagree with what you guys have heard today. It has been fairly bang average ratings for a fairly bang average
worse
performance.
days here.
But we have we have had worse days here at Molineux. So let us know what you guys think, and then we will see you guys Tuesday when hopefully we can get a nice little cushion to take over to the Etihad at the end of the month.
Hope FC.
Hope FC.
Yeah,
Peace.
Yeah.
Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.